Thanks a lot, Preeti. Welcome to Peninsula Update for a comprehensive and in-depth look at events taking place in the south of the country. I'll also be joined on the Peninsula Update by my colleague Premvada, who joins me from Chennai. Our political big story today is from Chennai, where the real test has begun for the 2014 elections with the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha and also the AIADMK party deciding that the next Prime Minister of the country should come from Tamil Nadu. In fact, at the very crucial AIADMK General Council meeting, the AIADMK passed a resolution that a leader from Tamil Nadu should lead the country this time. The party resolution said there have been PM candidates from Gujarat, Punjab, etc. and this is time for someone from Tamil Nadu to lead the country. Reiterating that the party's aim is to go it alone this elections, the power to take a final decision on post-poll alliance at the centre has been left to Jayalalitha. With the opposition camp already in disarray, the AIADMK has also asked its cadre to decimate the DMK by winning all 39 Lok Sabha seats in the state in the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. And needless to say, Amma supporters are ecstatic with the announcement.
The 2014 battle is already heating up in Tamil Nadu. AIADMK is hopeful that if BJP and Congress don't manage the numbers in 2014, Amma could head to 7 RCR. It's a clear message to the voters and other political parties that she is going it alone and is in the race for the top job. With camera person Daniel, this is Priyambada in Chennai for Headlines Today.
Party cadres express their feelings, they have a right to do so. But whatever the party wants to convey as its official stand has been conveyed in the resolution. I have nothing more to add. It has also been spelled out in my speech now. The party cadres want the AIADMK to contest all the 40 seats in Tamil Nadu and Puducherry. At the same time, they have given me the power. The General Council has given me the power to decide on alliances or to take any decision in connection with the election. So I will take whatever decision is good for the party.
Now, you all wanted Madam to become the Prime Minister?
Madam must be become as the Prime Minister.
So what was urged at the GC, sir?
I have studied the month speeches, I suppose. What she told, that is the rule.
And what is she saying, sir? And why do you think ma'am will be the ideal candidate for becoming the Prime Minister?
Okay, we got confidence on it. So, definitely she will become the Prime Minister.
And how was her response to that?
Don't worry. She knows everything. She knows everything.
And
she will solve everything.
And what about the alliance,
Sorry, sir.
What about the alliance, sir?
I don't know.
Joining me now from Chennai is my colleague Premvada and also Mr. S. Murari, political analyst, also joins us from Chennai. Premvada, if I may come to you first, did the entire announcement take the cadre by surprise, or was there some kind of a buzz in the air that this kind of a big pitch would actually come at this AIADMK General Council meeting in Chennai?
Well, Sudhir, I would say the stage for this was built, in fact, in the last GC when AIADMK Jayalalitha announced at the AIADMK General Council last year that she will go it alone. She had made it very clear, and ever since that, over a period, we have seen banners and we have seen how the party cadres and even some senior ministers are stating that she will be the future of India. Even at the General Council meeting, she was introduced as the future of India as the prime ministerial candidate. So the stage was set, more or less everything was decided. Today's meeting, of course, just made it formal because she's given enough indications to say that she's also the prime ministerial candidate, because she did not meet her once upon a time good friend Modi ever since he was announced as the prime ministerial candidate. Though he came to Tamil Nadu twice, she did not meet him. And today's meeting, at the General Council meeting, I'm just getting information from my sources that she had very clearly said that she will lead the train to the Red Fort and she will ensure that India is taken care of and all the problems, economic crisis and the terrorism problem in the country will be taken care of. This is a good indication enough to say that she is one of the prime ministerial candidates.
Right. Mr. Murari, if I may come to you now Amma's desire, or at least the AIADMK's desire to see Jayalalitha move from Fort St. George to the Red Fort in New Delhi. How do you see this panning out? Do you see her becoming the Devagowda post-May 2014?
You hit the nail on the head. That has been her ambition right since Deve Gowda became the Prime Minister because of fortuitous circumstances. It was an accident in 1996 when BJP could not get the majority, 13-day government, and then Congress was way short of majority. And then the post-election combination United Front came to power, and Deve Gowda by default became Prime Minister, and it lasted hardly 13 months, and Gujarat came. That's why there is a reference to Punjab. I don't know why she didn't make a reference to Karnataka, and why he chose to talk about Gujarat. Last Prime Minister we had from Gujarat was Morarji Desai. But you don't expect this kind of clarity from ADMK. That's more than just a fan club. Only correction is she said the cadres wanted to conduct. That's why all the leaders talk, and the cadres exactly know what she wants, and they have put up, as your correspondent said, put up posters all over Tamil Nadu for the last 1 year, featuring her as the future Prime Minister of India. So it's not anything surprising at all. Everyone can have a time to dream, but whether she will become a reality, that's a moot question.
Right, absolutely, Mr. Murari. Posters with the Parliament in the backdrop, with Jayalalitha in the front on Marina Beach are a regular feature. But I was also very fascinated by the language that was used. She talks of decimating, the resolution talks of decimating Karunanidhi. Is she also playing some very clever psychological games out here, especially with the DMK?
See, this has been the language she has been known for. Like, in that way, they're well met, Modi and Jayalalitha. You see the body language, aggression, and not very refined in their approach to language, decimation, and then he talked about price sling and all that. The way he addressed Rahul Gandhi. Sorry. So this is that's why they are well met. But that is maybe the reason why they repel each other. Though personally they are very good friends. And BJP is very clear that they cannot have anything to do. Even before she said we cannot have an alliance with BJP because ADMK because there cannot be two Prime Minister aspirants in one alliance. So what the BJP is going to do, we don't know. DMK has already cut off its relations with the Congress, and it cannot obviously go with the BJP either. So there will be a multi-corner contest. And as far as Jayalalitha is concerned, decimation is just not out of the question, because the last election they had was year-cut hardly a week ago. They said that they should not get even deposit. Of course, they get more than 3/3 the number of votes the DMK got. But still, the DMK managed to retain a deposit 30,000 or 40,000 votes. So it's just not be written off. It has a cadre-based party, it cannot be written off. So obviously,
but even then the DMK, Mr. Murari, has not been able to kind of come out of that loss in 2011 assembly elections. Premvada, if I may come to you now, the AIDMK has said no to any pre-poll allies, but obviously the left would be an ally given the fact that she had supported D. Raja for the Rajya Sabha seat just in July this year. Is that the kind of arrangement that Jayalalitha will go into the Lok Sabha elections with?
Well, I would say everything is very well planned, strategically planned, because nobody expected ADMK Supremo to withdraw one of her candidates for the Rajya Sabha elections and decide to support Mr. D. Raja from the left party. So obviously she had made the plan and calculation. And also left party leaders have been very vocal about praising Jayalalitha and also saying that she will play a very key role if the third front is formed. So obviously she is seeing an alternative to BJP and Congress, and if the third front comes, if she manages to win enough numbers from Tamil Nadu, she hopes that she will be given a chance to be the prime ministerial candidate.
Absolutely, Premvada, thanks a lot. This space will be watched. Mr. Murari and Premvada, thanks a lot for joining us on the Peninsula Update.